Welcome to Teenage Podcast, the podcast where we get teenagers together and we discuss social topics, sometimes media topics, sometimes news topics. Fortunately, today, nothing like that. I'm your host, Santiago, and this is your co-host for today.
No one else is here. I'm the only one.
Yeah, Nick is here. Nick's the only one. This is a odd turn of events. That's not true. Actually, I think there was 2 episodes where it was just me and Nick last seasons.
Well, okay, no, the 0 can be greater than 0. Leo was here, but just like completely absent.
I guess so. I think there was one episode where it was just me and you, but I might be wrong. Probably.
I think you are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Leo was always there, just like not
usually asleep.
Active.
Kind of weird. So this, I don't know how to bring up this, because like it hurts me. It actually hurts my soul to like have to think of this.
So you know it's big because Santiago is a very humble person. His emotions don't get the best of him ever.
I can't tell if you're being ironic or not.
I actively am. You're one of the most heartfelt persons I know.
Not openly, though. I'm pretty good at hiding it most of the time, I'd say.
911, what's your emergency?
Once again, as we were just discussing, that's a character.
It was me. I've been reporting you.
You did read the posts.
I read your rant in the group chat. That's kind of what I'm off of.
I love that segues perfectly into the first topic.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
We might have to be ending this podcast.
Boo!
Yep, I know. Boo all you want. Sadly, there's not too much we can do to change it. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Like, the podcast was supposed to be a thing that went on practically as long as we could ring out the name Teenage Podcast. And then we would probably... As
long as we were teenagers, we were going to be milking this...
And then after that, we probably would have just changed the name. So...
Adult Podcast.
Yeah, this was supposed to be one of those things where, like, it doesn't ever have to end. Unfortunately, I can't say that's true anymore. And it is not the fault of any of the cast members. It is not like it's things that no one can really control, which is what sucks the most, you know? That we might have to cut everything because of bad people. So how do I start this conversation? Nick knows a little bit of the backstory.
I'd say start with, like, the school in general and how they're handling it.
Oh, yeah, let's start with how the school's handling it. So the school in school specifically, I've been getting called out of classes, talked to by officers at the school essentially every other week at this point. It's not always brought to my parents because sometimes it's just small, but this last time it was brought to my parents, which is what kind of sparked this whole thing. But that's for me to discuss a little later on, because once again, I'm also not blaming my father, because it's not his fault. He made specific...
it's just the kid's fault. It's just a kid's fault.
He made specific decisions, which is whatever. And while they do kind of affect my choice, this is, at the end of the day, my choice. And it's not a choice I want to take, but it's a choice I feel like I have to take at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So... people have been calling me into the office, and even to the police, for very untrue threats, saying that I'm going to, let's just say, end my own life, to put it bluntly, but not offensively, I guess, or whatever, not insensitively, end my own life. You know, false accusations. Understandably false accusations, I guess, because I give people too much evidence to, I frame myself. I kind of frame myself.
You have not talked, okay, For the loyal viewers at home, we're talking about the beautiful music video, mostly.
Yes, the beautiful music video. I kind of framed myself with that one. I delisted the video, actually, so you cannot go watch it anymore. I don't know if I'll ever reinstate it. I probably won't. Mainly because of this situation. Because the beautiful musical video is what, right now, specifically what got us here. It's been constant where I've been getting called into the office, talked to, but like it never became a big enough deal where it was brought to my parents' attention. Some kid got, either themselves said they were their parents or had their parents call the school, said they were from out of the school, which doesn't, 2 and 2 doesn't add up there, so I'm not even going to pretend that that's true at all, Like, some parent of a kid from another school
is so concerned about you that he had to call in.
And they knew which school I went to and, like, my full name. No, that doesn't make sense. Right?
And they're a loyal fan, but not loyal enough to know that it's a character.
Yeah, like, 2 and 2 doesn't add up there, so I'm not even going to pretend that that's real. Whatever. I get called into the office over the beautiful musical video, and the way the music video starts, first of all, it starts with a big disclaimer saying that this video is for artistic purposes and it handles topics that are not to be taken lightly, parental advisory advised or whatever, the whole thing. Like, essentially, like, just a big disclaimer on the first 5 seconds. That's what it is. Then it cuts to a short clip of Carlos, who, for those of you who somehow don't know yet and still listen to this podcast, is the character of Teenage Prodigy. I've ranted about it a lot on here and other social medias. So, you probably know, and if you don't, hello. I'm glad you could join us for your first time. But yeah. It features him shooting himself. He calls the cops, and it's not real either. It's more of like a dream sequence. This is something he's wishing for. He never does it.
Yeah.
Obviously. This is like a, man, I just wish I could do this. Right? And it doesn't have any relation to the song. It's just character building on my end. The song itself isn't even super depressive. If you go listen to Beautiful, yeah, it's a little sad, but it's not depressive. The music video, like, this was the first ever music video I've ever made, right? So I wanted to go big with it, right? I wanted to really introduce this character in a new way that's not just my voice. So, I put in there essentially one of the biggest ways I can introduce this character to the world, explain his number one problem, depression, right? Because as somebody who has struggled with mental health, it's something that I have always seeked to kind of, spread awareness of. So yeah, someone used that clip of that video, sent it to the school office. I had to go talk to the office about it, and because since this time it was such a, like, there was a video and everything and all this stuff, the school couldn't not call my parents. So the school unfortunately had to call my dad, gave him the same rundown of the situation that I essentially gave him to, like, and be aware, my dad is not mad at me. If you know who my dad is, good for you, right? Whatever, that's besides the point. He's not mad at me.
You watch the other podcasts, if you know who his dad is.
Yeah, if you watch RetroQuest, you'll know who my dad is. He's not mad at me. My dad hasn't done anything wrong. My dad has done actually really good job of handling this situation. He's being much more mature about it than I would say I would be if I was someone's parent that was going through this. Because now let's talk outside of school. I've had police officers call my parents, show up at my doorstep. I've had threats of being swatted. I've had to de-escalate a swatting situation. And it would be one thing if it was just me, right? If I was the only person being affected by this, because it doesn't get to me, right? I'm at the point where it's like, look at this is happening again. It's affecting my family. Like, it's affecting people who shouldn't have to go through it at all because they aren't doing anything, right? Like, not even just my stepmom and my dad, but my little brother, right? Because now he's worried every night that he's going to wake up and I'm going to kill myself. Because he's like convinced, because we've had cops show up for it and we've had so many calls from the school, he's convinced that that's what's going to happen, and that's sad. Nobody should have to think that.
No. Yeah, that's...
Like, it came to a point to where my dad said he's going to have to pull me out of the school I currently go to, which I won't name for very obvious reasons. Right?
Okay, here's an idea that I had. Could you, like, have your dad go into the office, pull you down, right? So you two are both there in the office, and you're like, hey, I am the parent of my child. Okay, I'm aware of his mental health, and he is fine. Please ignore any calls. Can you do that?
Well, in theory we can, but actually, like, it's illegal for a school to ignore those kinds of things. Like, it's actually illegal.
But, like, some sort of written consent form. Something.
Nope, they can't. Me and my dad did research it on our own terms. Like, we didn't research... We were both researching it at the same time, but on, like, our own terms. And we both, like... That's just... It's illegal if someone... Ping pong ball.
The law doesn't have...
Right?
The law doesn't have to know.
Well, yeah, but the school is still not going to do something illegal. Right? We can't tell them to ignore it. And even then, that doesn't stop people from calling the cops on me. Right?
Yeah.
And as anybody who's ever been on a homeowner's lease would know, it's actually against a homeowner. Like, it's against a homeowner to have the cops come to their home, especially if they're renting. Not homeowner. Oh, if it's against it's against the rules for most renting leases to have cops show up at your door. I'm not going to state if that's true or not for my renting lease because I'm not the one who handles it, but that's something to keep in mind, right? You can get evicted for that. So,
yep.
It's getting to the point where I can't go to the same school anymore, right? I want to, right? This is where all of my friends are. This is where my life is. This is like where I've built myself up at. Unfortunately, sometimes the world just likes to be mean. So, yeah. And what does this all build to? I'm going to probably be cutting off most social media after I finish making my movie.
If this continues.
Yeah.
If we get resolved, great.
If I can, this is the rule between me and my dad. If I can find out who is doing it on my own accord, this is on my own accord. If on my own accord I can find out who's doing it, make sure it's not going to happen again, prove to him both of these things. So prove to him I know who it is and prove to him I know it's not going to happen again. Then he'll consider going back to the same school that I go to right now. And that is a very thin chance of happening, right? And that is the same amount of chance that I have of staying as active on social media as I am now. The only way that I stay as active as I am on social media now, obviously I'll be a little bit more careful about the things I post because I've learned my lesson thanks to you assholes. I will still, that's the only way I remain active on social media anymore. So, very slim.
Or until, like, you graduate high school and you're like, oh, I'm an adult. Do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, once I'm an adult, obviously I'll come back. But until then, so I'll be basically radio silent for 2 years. Which is really sad because that's the opposite of what I want to do. I want to keep putting out there all these things that I have, keep getting my ideas out there. I want to run teenage production. Like, I had a whole plan. The Teenage Prodigy movie was just the opener to get, to start
out of the slums. We're getting out of the slums.
Well, no, because what was going to happen was I was going to make the Teenage Prodigy movie, prove that I can make films of quality. Then I'll have people from our school and just our city who want to make movies with us, get our crew on there, get our cast in there, get them more experience, get us more experience. That was the plan. The movie was a stepping stone for the company as well as for my character, Carlos. It was supposed to do so many good things, right? Like, and everybody just made me have to shoot my own foot. The movie is now the end of everything, essentially. because the movie will be the last thing I post. And it will still... The movie won't even be released until way after I've basically gone radio silent on social media. Because I'm going radio silent at the end of the summer. Right? And the movie isn't going to be finished. Like, I'll have all the filming and stuff done by the end of the summer. But I won't have it edited. I won't have all the music composed for it. Like,
it'll still be another year to two of production before it's getting done.
So it'll literally be silent until I start, I will be completely radio silent until I start doing promotion for the movie. And then as soon as the movie is out there, I'll probably do a few showings like in a theater or whatever, But other than that, I'm going radio silent. I'm dropping out of the public school system, and I will be doing homeschooling. I'm going to essentially leave the face of this earth for the next 2 years at minimum because of this.
Wait, okay, probably personal question. Are you like completely dropping it like public social media, or like you won't be able to contact me?
Well, no, like obviously I'll still be able to get a hold of my friends. Like I'm not dropping my friends. I'm dropping social media. Like I probably won't even delete TikTok, but I'm gonna like stop making videos and everything too. Like for that, like
can you make the Freddy Fazbear videos? Those ones are funny. I still watch them.
No, I don't know. And I might be wrong. I might not end up completely dropping social media, but I know it's definitely going to be a lot less active than it is now.
RCA School District, Santiago made a Freddy Fazbear stitch of a political guy on TikTok. Can you swat his house?
For real, that's how they be acting. It's like, calm down, okay?
Slow your roll.
Like, I'm just trying to have fun. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, and as I said, if you know who my dad is, don't attack him. This is my own personal accord. I can't do it. Because even if I can do as much leaving the face of the earth as I want, as long as people know my name and they have more stuff to use against me, even if it's nothing, they can edit a video, right? Like, I just can't be putting things out there for people to be using against me. I can't be putting anything out there. That's what has essentially been proven to me. So as long as I'm living under someone else's roof, I won't. For respect of them. Which is sad. Because I have so many projects and so many ideas I want to get out there that I just don't have time to do anymore. I have a month left. Well, I have 2 months left till I have to start filming my movie. And then as soon as I'm done with my movie, if I can't prove that all of this is resolved, I'm dropping the face of the earth, right? I have my close friends who I'll stay in contact with, and other than that, I'm gone. No more music, no short films, no music videos, no remasters, no quick TikTok posts. It's over. I can't do it anymore.
I'll pick it up.
Like, I'm tired.
I'll pick up where you left.
I'm tired of it becoming a constant thing. It would be one thing if this happened once, ever, right? Or once a year, or once every 2 years. It'd be one thing if but it's common now. It's a common thing where my life has to get paused, which then gets into my parents' lives and my family lives, which they don't deserve. So, as soon as the movie is over, I will probably continue this podcast. So yeah, the podcast will have to end.
I feel like the podcast I could manage, but like maybe. And if you're not doing much editing, right? I have OBS. I can record.
Well, and yeah, I guess the podcast doesn't have to end, but I will be gone, which means it will change a lot. It will not be the same. Mainly because I know these folks have very different ideas for how they want the podcast to go than I do. They only do it because, I'm the host. So to be part of the podcast, they have to follow the format that I set out. Kind of an asshole move on my end. I guess a little bit, but that's just how it's set up. I have certain ways I want to do things.
That's just being a good boss.
Yeah, right? But when
everything comes and goes. When
I leave, of course, whoever takes over, which will be Nick, I can't stress this enough. The only person who I will have close enough contact with that I will let take it over is Nick, the guy here right now. And I would still be saying this. I would still be saying this if the rest of the cast was here, because I hope they watch this video. Since they aren't here, they won't, but I hope they do.
Make clips of it, put it on TikTok, then they'll see it. They'll get the important bits.
Yeah, but so if the podcast keep going, Nick's will take it over, and Nick has a very different idea. He shared with me his idea of how he wants the podcast to look. Mine's different than how I want it to look. It will change. That's inevitable, and I'm not mad about that, but it won't be the same. It won't be the same podcast you're watching now, even. It will be different, and that's fine. I don't care, because I won't be part of it anymore, but it won't be the same. It will change, which means, therefore, the primary audience will probably change. So, yeah. The podcast, even if the podcast isn't ending, it definitely will have to take a break after the movie gets done recording, because I will be still recording and releasing the podcast of my, this until the end of my recording for the movie, maybe a little bit past that. But if I do end up dropping social media, then I know I have to drop this too, and that's sad, but
not good.
Yeah. So
we want the entertainer.
So of course, yeah, it will take a while for me and Nick to get everything set up so he can do it. Whether it's him sending just me the episodes and I upload them, or I have to completely transfer him ownership, that's something we'll find out when we cross that bridge. It's going to change or end. That's the two options here. And that's sad, because this podcast meant so much to me, right? I put so much time into making this happen every other week. We get together, we get as many people as we can who are part of the cast together. We try to get special guests sometimes, which usually doesn't end up working out, but when it does, it does. And I have to drop it because of a bunch of assholes. And that sucks. So yeah, not only, as we have it written in our little discussion thing, it doesn't, it just says the possible ending of the podcast. A much better way to write that would have been the ending of Santiago's social media life. The end of Santiago being a public figure.
The end of part of Santiago. The end of an era. The end of an era. The end of an era.
Yeah.
I might, if someone's actually listening to this, I might be able to pick up on the teenage prodigy lore when I start releasing my own music. I'll peer review with Santiago. It's hey, is this canon? Cool.
Well, of course, and
you know what I mean.
And I this probably hasn't been discussed in the podcast, so this is new information about the teenage prodigy universe. Even right now, you have a character in the universe. You haven't been mentioned, but you do have a character because you're in the film, right?
Where's Regina George in the movie?
You're funny. So that
should we talk about that? Let's take a break. Let's take a break from all the pomp.
Yeah, let's talk about this really amazing thing that happened recently. So at our school, we recently held a production of the musical Mean Girls.
Which was great, by the way. Props to all of the theater kids.
If you're watching this, you probably have me on Snapchat. And if you don't, that's kind of sad because I posted 10 minutes worth of me talking about how great it was. So
unintentionally.
Yeah, unintentionally.
It couldn't upload, and then just all.
Yeah, Snapchat told me it couldn't upload, but it deleted all the footage. It didn't even let me say retry to upload. So I was whatever. So I just made a quick 2-minute video, and then it all uploaded for some reason. So it was just 10 minutes worth of me rambling about how good the play was.
I did this to my phone.
Yeah.
I did this on my phone.
No, that's what everybody said they did. I had a few people say they watched the first minute or two of it, but they could not watch the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, speech, but damn, you are not MLK, bro.
I was a yapaholic, okay?
He was a yapaholic, but more importantly, on what he was actually talking about.
Yeah, what was I yapping about, you might ask?
In the Mean Girls production, the prom king, at the very end of the movie, is congratulations on prom king. Do you have anything you want to say? He's I'd like to shout out my mom. I'd like to shout out all my friends. I'd like to shout out the greatest school rapper, teenage prodigy.
Yeah, right at the end right at the end of the musical, they shout me out personally. Of their own accord. The cast all got together, saw me in,
The theater.
in the theater, and we're like had him throw that in there like that. Like I was like the production I was at was the only one where he said that, right? Which made it even more special
Because
like,
it wasn't like in the script.
yeah, like it wasn't scripted. And then on the next showing, there was this kid who I'm not gonna name for obvious reasons. I'm not trying to dox anyone, but we had like a small beef over the school story. So when he did that speech, the next time he said, "I would like to thank our school's bully," the name of the kid who I had like the beef with over the school story on.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm canon in Mean Girls lore now.
And other bully technically is, but definitely not good.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that was amazing.
Also, no, the other thing you remember? Oh, they're making out in the bear suit. After the 4 p.m., they're like, "Kid, you gotta tone it down. That was too much."
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's so funny.
We had like the most special viewing, like the microphones were the jankiest for ours, but like it was the silliest performance. Like because they were
not me actually thinking that the microphone ambience was intentional because Regina popped in. Yeah, Regina popped in, and I was like, "Is that mean ambience?"
I thought that was something from the orchestra pit. Like at first I was like, that's microphone ambience, but it went on for so long. I was like, is that something from the pit? Like, do they have someone just
no? It just
do they just have like 5 people playing the same long note on a violin or something? Like,
yeah, just play your chromatic scale. Everyone pick a note. All right, we'll figure it out.
But like it was so special, and I would say it was the best showing because it was the least toned down. And yeah, like sure, some of the vote, like you couldn't hear some of what they said because the microphones cut out because they didn't have anything.
Because no one charged the batteries after the rehearsal at like 11 a.m. So someone during the intermission ran to the store, got batteries, and as microphones were shutting down, they just gave them new batteries.
That's funny. So that's why it was like a little better the second half, I guess, then. But yeah. Like still microphones cut out like randomly, but like everybody was the most enthusiastic. Like you could tell, because I've seen videos of like the other showings, like it was very clearly the most enthusiastic like showing.
Mm-hmm. That's why they gave out all the. I feel so bad for the teachers. I told you this, but I'm gonna say it for the podcast.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for the adults and the teachers that are like, don't sexualize children. Don't sexualize children. Don't sexualize children.
Yeah, musical definitely took a step back in the feminism movement, but that's okay because it was worth watching.
Well, I feel like the new adaptation movie was very like close to what the play was.
See, that's true, but the drama teacher literally said that he hates the new one, so I don't know why he made like it so similar.
Yeah. I guess it's what most people would know.
Yeah.
Because like no one's watched the ones from the 80s or the 90s.
Well, and even if they have, like these are what's it called? It's a musical, and the original film from 2004 wasn't a musical.
So I guess it's just easier.
Yeah. So it works.
He said, "Are you home yet?"
That's loud, just so you know.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah, great performance. Those are the people I want for my movie, right? Like, obviously, I have people already who like I want part of my cast, because I've seen their acting skills outside of it. But there's not a single person in that cast who I would not like even think about for letting be part of my movie. They all put on an amazing performance. Like, it was like
I don't know his name, but the guy who Mr. Gaylord. Get Mr. Gaylord in there.
Dude, I should definitely. I know him like personally. Well, I don't know him personally. We like aren't friends or anything. I don't think he likes me too much. He thinks I'm kind of annoying. He told me that, which is whatever.
Okay, if you took his persona in the musical and was like, oh yeah, I can draw connections to his real life, you would think he's so annoying.
Oh yeah,
he's not that bad.
No, he thinks I'm annoying. I don't think he's annoying. He's cool. I like me and him. Like, I think he's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, those are the people I wish I could have in my movie. I just don't know how to talk to people, so probably won't end up happening.
I got you.
Because, like, I'm so, like, if they tell me no, like, if these kids who are into acting, like, they do this, like, you know, they're
semi-professionally.
Semi-professionally, they do this, like, you know, every few months they put on a big performance in front of hundreds of people, and they don't want to be a part of my movie, then why should anyone else want to be a part of my movie? Like, that's how I see it. So, like, that's kind of my thought process about, like, why I'm too scared to ask them, because it's, like, the ultimate form of rejection. Like, these semi-professional actors who are on par with professional actors, if they don't want to do it, why should anyone else?
Does Broadway have a junior program?
If it does, these guys deserve to be part of it. Did you know the guy that played Mean Girls Broadway was at the show? Not the show, like, he watched them rehearse one day. Like, they ran through it for him, but he was, like, he watched it.
Okay, so they do have a Broadway junior, but it's for, what I'm seeing, middle schoolers.
High schoolers can probably be part of normal Broadway, can't they? 16 and up, probably.
Oh, yeah, Broadway age required.
Teenage Prodigy movie, the musical. My name is Carlos, que es el nombre, and I am a massive deal.
Broadway acting.
Bro was actively searching it up.
So it's the thing, like, in the actual Mean Girl musical, it's like they are teenagers, but all of those actors are 22, 23.
Damn, okay.
But it does say is unusual, but I guess not impossible.
Yeah. But yeah, these kids definitely, like, I could see these guys going on to be Broadway actors or professional, like, you know, movie actors.
Yes.
No question.
Especially I definitely could go.
Are we thinking of the same I?
Yes. I know the one that popped in your head, Santiago. Don't worry.
I was just making sure we're thinking about the same person. And
yeah.
Do you know T? I's friend?
T dating K?
I don't know. T played the dad.
No. I was thinking T being one of the jocks.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about T, the kid who played Katie's dad.
And the principal?
No, the principal was played by, I don't know his name, actually, but he's, like, I also wish he could be part of my movie. He's a really good actor. He was also part of Guess Who last year, and the other performance at the beginning of this year. I think he was part of that one, too, at some point. I wish I could have him in my movie. He's also good. I wish I could have everybody from this play in my movie, dude. They all did so good.
Because I would love to be gangbanging. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Not the black and orange gangbang.
Oh, okay. Do you know who?
If you had,
do you know who I would pick for I to play?
Who?
Sophia.
That's wild. What a crazy concept.
I'm sure you probably knew that. Let's be honest.
Yeah. You literally said while you were explaining the movie, oh yeah, this Sophia is a parallel of I.
No, actually, that's the opposite of true. The character Carlos falls in love with outside of his relationship with Sophia when they break up is the parallel to I. Not, Sophia is not a parallel. Sophia and Carlos are in an on and off, very on and off relationship. Definitely not parallel to I. You know, just casually dropping some Carlos lore in the podcast. I do this like at least once an episode, you know? Have to drop a little bit.
Oh.
Bro almost just fell.
Okay, this is what my parents, okay. So me and my mom got into a big argument, and my mom, at the very end, I finally made her do something. I was like, okay, we're going to do a blind experiment. I keep my phone. Right, I as in me, not I as in I.
I know.
Okay.
Although
Keep my
I
phone.
also just lost her phone recently or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm really walking the line with people knowing who she is very easily.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I keep my phone, right? But I also have free bedtime. Okay, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Because that's why I'm most productive as an ADHD person. Okay, I get all my homework done. As long as I'm caught up by May 1st, right, I will be able to have my phone and go to bed whenever I want. Super cool. But literally last night, my dad at 9:30 was like, hey, get in bed right now. Give me your keyboard. You're getting up to like go volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. I was like, okay. So I wake up at my alarm. And Dad still takes my phone. What am I supposed to do?
That's annoying.
It's very annoying.
Yeah, we're definitely in very different like parental situations. But I couldn't say either of us necessarily has it worse, you know, getting swatted and just having your phone taken away. I'm sorry, that was mean. I said that wrong. That was like that came out way wrong. Please tell me you understand how I meant it.
I understand, yeah.
Okay. I always like
you meant it as we're in different situationships. This is what you're going through. This is what I'm going through. But it came off as, oh, I'm one-upping you.
Yeah, I promise I did not mean it like that. I would never.
And if you would, I would definitely one-up you.
I'm pretty sure, given the recent knowledge you obtained about my situation, I could go a little higher than you.
Maybe.
I say we don't try it, especially not on the podcast.
You want to go trauma for trauma?
Go trauma for trauma. I'm good. I'd rather not release that publicly. Half of the whole reason I'm in this predicament is because I decided to start being open about my mental
August 12th, 2016.
July, what is it? I have it up on my wall. July 27th, 2017. What?
Your gamer poster?
No, it's on that wall. Way over there. You can't see it.
I love your wall decor behind you, by the way. Just gamer, the definition.
I have that, and then I have the Sacco Gaming poster, and I have the Teenage Prodigy for President poster.
Sacco Gaming poster? Where can I buy that?
You can't. My mom made it for me for my 14th birthday.
I was trying to seamlessly give you a merch plug.
Yeah, but also, Sacco Gaming merch is sold on the Sacco Gaming merch store, not the Teenage Production merch store.
Why are they not? Just categorize them differently. It has to cost more to operate both websites.
I don't have Shopify anymore.
Okay.
I had to stop because I wasn't making any money back, so I couldn't use Shopify because I'm not spending $40 a month just to have a cool looking getup. So if you go to the current merch shop, the one that's specifically on my Linktree and the one that I use now when I promote merch, there is no organization because you can't organize it. Like, it's literally just a Printify pop-up shop. Like, yeah, it has everything that I've ever published. It has all of my merch. But, you know, there's no organization whatsoever. Like, and when I say none, I mean, press all products. I don't even know how it chooses the way to list them. Like,
alphabetical by file type.
you can sort by price, newest arrival, but originally the price just says popular. It's not popular. Nobody's bought anything. I also still have the limited edition wearing a smile hoodie up because I was really hoping someone would buy it, but nobody did. But you can't sort by the artist because, you know, there's also Kang merch on here too, right? It just goes by you can sort by the newest arrival, which is the Lost Souls hoodie, the Teenage Prodigy Lost Souls hoodie, and then the wearing a smile hoodie are the two first ones when you press on newest arrival.
That was a key.
Also, I want to point something out. Shipping, when you first click on it, it says the shipping is going to be $24. That's not true. That probably is a reason why a lot of people aren't buying my merch. When you actually go to checkout, when you go to checkout, the what's it called? The shipping drops down to $8. It estimates $20 because for some reason it thinks everybody's shopping outside of America until they put in their address.
I mean, at least they're not like scamming all of the European fans, because we know you have a lot of those.
I have I have a lot of fans in Mexico that listen to my music, which is weird. Mexico, Spain, Portugal, which is weird because those guys don't speak Spanish. But yeah, I put a lot into making my merchandise. Like, this looks good.
The amount of people that think Brazil speaks Spanish is so funny.
It's so funny, dude. I don't know if you've seen the Teenage Prodigy and Kang, the new Lost Soul hoodie. It is actually fire. I'm gonna do a thing real quick. I have to do it like this. Where is it? Here. So I do it here first. Your camera's blurry, by the way.
Aw, for all the people that are watching, where? Not Spotify?
Oh, to screen share, everybody can see all of my chats real quick. That's lovely. My computer is having a hard time right now. It cannot handle all of this action. You can see it. I hope you can see it. This is what it looks like.
Wait.
My computer is so slow.
It's loading. It's not coming up.
It's not going to come up.
Oh, there it is. That is kind of fire.
Yeah.
Age Pro. We love Age Pro.
No, it says Teenage Prodigy, okay? Calm down. And then the back, dude, the back has the Teenage Prodigy signature.
No, it says Age Pro.
It's both of our
Your
signatures.
signature?
It's both of our signatures. Not our, like,
so how am I supposed to prove that my autographed one is authentic?
No, because it's not, like, when I do an autograph, it's different than that. Like, the way I do my autographs, I actually write out the entirety.
Okay. Very, very off topic. Have you seen Travis Scott's signatures? It's so funny.
I have not. Oh, I'm just now realizing that I didn't even switch over to it. I'll just add in pictures and post
an ellipses. It's the only editing you're doing. Bro, look all those models that you got to wear your shirt.
No, it's the Printify. It's like they just it's Photoshop. It's literally like they have like an AI that photoshops the image onto there. But if you've seen the pictures of me in the Prodigio,
I don't believe you.
If you look at the pictures of me in the Prodigio Juvenile hoodie and the pictures on there, it's very accurate. Like, this is what you're like that's what you're getting when you get it. Like, that's what it looks like. It's really accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, I put a lot of effort into making the merch look good, and nobody buys it. So I'm definitely not paying. I'm not paying for failure. If people actually bought the merch, I would be really quick to open a Shopify store back up, get it professionally built so that it's like very well organized, looks good. But nobody's buying it, which I don't like. I'm not saying, ooh, go buy the merch. I'm just saying nobody's buying it. I'm not putting that money into it. Right? Because like I tried. I had the merch store for like, what was it, 6 months?
Yeah.
It just didn't work out.
That's $240?
Yeah. Like, it was actively taking up, like, it takes up 1/4 of every other paycheck. Right? Because it's like $50 with tax. Because I get about 400 to $500 a paycheck on a good month. How much
are you working?
Is it a lot or not a lot? Well, I get paid like $14 an hour though. So I work like 20 hours a week.
I got paid $11 an hour. Are you getting monthly or bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly.
I was making like $200 at 11.
But I'm also working like 14 to 16 hours a week constantly.
Yeah, I put in 12 to 13. That's all I could work. Like, that's all I could
but
manage.
You have to think like with an entire, like with an hour, with 1 to 2, like that's 1 hour to 5 hour
Whoa,
gap.
slow down.
Like that's a 1 hour to 5 hour gap, and then also a $3 gap.
Yeah.
Like that definitely
When I
adds
start
up.
working this summer, I'll pay for your movie. Don't worry about it.
I
I'll cover all of it.
I do have a GoFundMe for anybody who wants to help out a little bit.
Okay, start a new GoFundMe and say, hey, I'm getting relentlessly swatted. I need your help.
So support me
Alright.
not getting swatted. Pay for me to not get
Yeah.
swatted.
I'll bribe the SWAT team with this money.
I was gonna do crowdfunding. Not crowdfunding. I was gonna do what's it called? Kickstart. But the main issue that made me be like, I don't really want to do Kickstart is because the only way I get any of it is if I get the full $2,000 raised.
Oh, and then if you don't, Kickstart gets it all?
No, then the money just goes back to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Which I get it. People trust Kickstarter a lot more for obvious reasons. But I've been promoting this GoFundMe campaign since for 3 months
Ever.
now, and it's raised $71. I'm not getting $2,000 on this unless a miracle happens. So, it was too
Put
dangerous to
QR
Kickstarter.
codes around school. Put QR codes around school.
I was thinking about doing that for the cast applications for the movie. Just say, want to be part of the Teenage Prodigy movie, and then have the QR code. But I was like, no, because then too many people are going to put in troll things.
Worth. Just go through all of them?
Well, I mean, you have to have your email verified to do it. So, it's still attached to you if you put in a fake one, which means, I can call you out, but that's
It's not that hard to create.
Yeah, but that's a lot of effort to go through just to put in one scam application, right? Then again, they're also going through the effort of calling the cops on me. So I'm very bad at estimating how much people are willing to put in. But I have three responses on the form. You and Kanaloa unfortunately can't do the form because you already have characters that you are, so you can't play any of these characters.
Oh, I would love to go through an application process.
But you literally, no one else can play your characters, so there's no way for you to be, denied. Which at that point, it's just wasting mine and your time.
Yeah.
God, how did we get here?
Movie.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the movie is the end of everything. It's all full circle, baby.
I'll prove the haters right.
I'll prove the ops right.
Prove them right.
Yeah, so
Do a drive-by on yourself.
Unfortunately, it seems like this summer will be the end of the Teenage Prodigy legacy. Now, in 2 years...
No, I'll carry it on.
Now, obviously...
Nothing's moving.
In 2 years, of course, or not in 2 years, but when I'm in my own place, or even not in my own place, but when I'm living not under the same roof I am now, not with the same people I am now, there's a good chance I'll pick back up the story of Carlos, but I can't say it will be under the name of Teenage Prodigy, because if I'm not a teenager anymore...
Gotta do what Maury Calliope does with Demon Dice, just complete alter ego.
But yeah, so thing that's mostly going to suck about changing the name Teenage Prodigy, which is going to happen eventually anyways, right? That's kind of just eventually a thing that's going to have to happen. I put so much time into the signature looking good. I'm going to have to completely make a new one. I still plan on keeping the TP though. I'll probably do something that starts with a T and then Prodigy still. So it's
Wait, did I tell you about the rap battle bar that I thought of?
Yes, with the one kid that it was too good. It's too good to mention here. And by too good, I mean I don't want either of us to go to jail for hate crimes.
TPing a TP is not a hate crime.
TPing a TP is a hate crime. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what that is.
That is so funny, though.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad bar, right? I'm just
I
saying,
only have good bars. I
I'm
have
just
bad
saying,
music and good bars.
bro's literally me.
No, I'm the opposite.
You juvenile while you fapping. Tell me that's not strong. That's a call to my next song coming out.
For all you, what, hour and a halfers?
We've been in here for not even an hour.
Oh, my fault.
We've been in here for like, I can check the recording time exactly. We've been in here. Oh, I have to move my computer. 50 minutes.
My fault, cuz.
You hour and a halfers. Hasn't even been an hour.
Well, alright, we'll redo the subject at an hour and a half.
No. I would like to keep things moving a little bit.
Yeah, and then just like an hour and a half, abrupt cut.
Just out of nowhere, exactly on moment.
Yeah.
Talk about that again.
Let's talk about that again.
But yeah. It sucks. I love how we got here. We started where we are now. We started talking about Broadway. We kind of like, we got to some weird places.
We went full circle. It all comes full circle.
It all comes back to me having to leave everything behind.
You know what they should come back to? Season 2. Y'all remember this? Monster Energy. Please sponsor us, okay? If we could get a $2,000 paycheck.
Yeah, if we can get a $2,000
Monster,
paycheck from Monster real quick, all my problems are gone.
Okay, I want you to go back to any episode. Find one where I don't have a monster. Find one. It's a challenge.
Yeah. You have to watch the entire episode, though, to know if he ever has one.
Yeah.
Give us some watch time.
I'm going to put a tweet out on the official Monster page.
But yeah.
Yeah, release TikToks and tag Monster in them.
How does it make you feel, though, knowing that at some point you're either going to have to take this over or it's going to end? And that probably goes for a lot of teenage productions. It's you and Kanaloa who are going to have the biggest of the load. Obviously, I'll still be running things. Like,
I'll take your load.
Like, I will still obviously run things, like, on my own that aren't, like, social media related for teenage productions for, like, as long as I can. But,
Yeah.
like, all of, like, the heavy lifting, not heavy lifting, but all of, like, you know, when it comes to managing the label, hiring people and stuff, like, finding people to, like, work with us, that comes to you and Kanaloa now, because you two are the people. You don't have any, you actually aren't a leader of teenage productions, but I probably am going to make you one, because, you know, you help me with it more than Kanaloa does, and he's a leader, so.
Gonna have my own role in the Sako Gaming Discord.
You have the friend role, don't you?
Pretty sure I have my own role.
I think you do. But yeah, I'm probably gonna now that I'm thinking about it, you're getting an owner role in the Teenage Productions Discord, either now.
Give me your email. Give me your email password.
No, that's not happening. But yeah, that's because you actually help me with things, whereas Kanaloa is just a name that is part of it 1/8 of the time.
Get him on the podcast.
I actually tried. The original podcast idea was supposed to be me, Kanaloa, and a bunch of guests. But Kanaloa, I hate to call Kanaloa out so much, but as usual, flaked on me. So
No frosted. But
no Frosty. You are now an owner.
Yeah. I'm banging everyone.
Which means you're also a label manager. No, because actually you don't have any, the owner role doesn't have any administration ties to it. I'm the only one with admin.
To be fair, I violated my label contract twice.
You did, so you're not signed anymore, but you are a label manager now.
Yay. I'll make music on my own. Don't worry, you can still feature on it. I won't, tag you.
No, you should totally... Because Kanaloa dropped on teenage labels. He's not signed with teenage labels anymore.
No battery.
Shut up, phone.
Kanaloa, out of nowhere just started releasing music on Spotify and stuff. which technically violated the contract he signed for teenage labels. So.
Well, my contract is already null and void, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also a label manager, so it's pretty easy for us to work things out, pal.
Aren't you giving up all social? I am the leader now. I'm gonna do what I want.
Well, no, because I mean, I'm still the CEO. Like we have a LinkedIn page, and I'm still the CEO.
Speaking of CEOs, you know the Lululemon CEO?
Oh God, what did the Lululemon CEO do? Should I look this up before you tell me?
The former Lululemon CEO is the funniest man on the fucking planet. Okay. And people were complaining that the clothes were too expensive, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're not for poor people." They were like, "Why did you choose the name Lululemon?" And he was like, "Oh well, I don't like. I think it's Asians. It's like, and it's weird for Asians to pronounce that L sound, so I made the brand contain.
Ramen.
Yeah, so I made the brand contain as many L's as possible." People were complaining that like the leggings were see-through for obese people. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've always hated fat people. Our clothes aren't for fat people."
That's crazy.
So they fired him, right? But he kept going. He kept going on podcasts. And he was like, "Oh yeah."
Next episode, Lululemon, old CEO.
Get him on the podcast. So Lululemon like publicly went out like, "Hey, we're not affiliated with this man whatsoever. He does not speak for our company."
That's so funny. That's funny that they had to like announce that. Yeah.
I feel like Opera GX single-handedly saved modern marketing.
Oh yeah. No, well, you say that, but Opera GX wasn't the one who started like the trend of social media shit posting by big corporations.
But yeah, but like
they popularized it, but they didn't start it.
Yeah, that's like saying Hydrox versus Oreo. Okay.
Hydrox. Yeah.
No, Oreo. When you think of sandwich cookie, you think of Oreo.
No, I think of the store brand, the unnamed store brand, Oreo, not Oreo, cream cookie.
Okay, that's you because you're poor. Okay, Lululemon
used to be poor.
How much is in that GoFundMe? How much is in it? Yeah. $71.
How much is on my wrist? How much is on my wrist?
About 30 pounds.
How much is on my head? How much are these? Like $60. Poor people ain't got that money.
About 60 IQ points.
You do know, like, I scored above the national average very high on, like, the IQ quiz, right? I'm not going to give a number. I'm not going to give a number because everybody's always like, that's not real. Whenever I tell someone my IQ number, they're like, that's not real. And I'm like...
You want to go to SDSU? We'll do it. Pen and paper.
No, because I'm probably going to graduate early since I'm going to homeschool. So I'd still start before you.
You'll be with Gavin.
Oh, yeah, Gavin's graduating early, too.
Oh, wait, we doxed Gavin. Sorry, Gavin.
That's fine. We didn't say a last name. I will, though.
Johnson.
Gavin Johnson, yep. Sorry to whatever Gavin Johnson we just doxed.
One from Ulysses, Kansas. Wait, no, he's not from Ulysses, Kansas. I'm thinking of a completely different Gavin. I'm thinking of Owen Johnson.
Oh! You're funny.
Oh, wait, he also goes...
You just doxed our school.
Oh! Goddamn. We'll cut it on post.
I am too lazy to watch through this whole thing and post.
Okay, look at the timestamp, make a mental note. Just go there. You also need to put in whatever for the hoodie. You remember the hoodie? You gotta go put that in post.
Yeah.
Because those are the two, like, big things.
I'm just
frowny.
I'm writing it in on the document real quick. Shut up! It was not a frown. It was not supposed to be a frowny face.
Frowny face 58.
It was supposed to be 0.
But you held shift because
Colin.
you're a dumbass.
50. I did hold shift.
It's a colon, not Colin.
I said colon. Like
No, you said Colin.
like your colon, your finger.
No, Colin, like H's talking stick.
You know, Drake, like the Drake stick.
Drake, like, wait, the Drake stick, like the 6.5 inches Drake stick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a better rapper than Drake, but if we can't go toe to toe, we can go inch for inch. I'm just saying. If Mean Girls can sexualize children, I can too.
You can sexualize adults.
He leaked his own shit, okay?
Did he though?
Yes. Why was he publicly snapping hoes? Okay? That was an intentional marketing scheme. Have you listened to his You listened to his leaked diss track on K-Dot?
No.
It released today. Current news.
Damn.
It was leaked. It didn't release. It was leaked.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. Was like.
But Nick, you never answered my question.
Oh, what question?
How does it make you feel that you're gonna have to do a lot of taking over of the public?
It's filling my god complex.
It's filling your god. But at the end of the day, if you do things I don't like, then I can Lululemon your ass.
Okay. You love me. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah, but if you're doing things that I don't agree with and representing my company.
What are you gonna do? Post something?
Get you out of here?
You're homeschooled, okay? You aren't gonna spread by word of mouth.
No, but I can still take you out of out of any, leadership roles.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. Huh. That's exactly...
Nuh-uh. Okay, say goodbye to your timestamp.
No!
I'm kidding. Oh, you got rid of it yourself.
No, I didn't. It's still there. I'm literally looking at it.
Okay.
Bro really thought he could trick me.
Mac's Discord bio is getting railed by an angelic paladin.
Who? Oh my god, I just
Mac.
realized. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. My parents think Mac is a dude.
Mac is a dude.
No, but dick and balls.
You're so canceled for that.
Wait. Monster Energy, please.
Oh my god, why did you just say that?
I'm thinking about my parents' logic. Okay? Because, alright, let me explain myself. My parents, right? My parents are very conservative. They're very, God created two genders, and only they can procreate in that way. Okay, so I was thinking that. And my mom,
but
said,
didn't God, wouldn't that, by that logic, also mean God created hermaphrodites? And, specifically, okay, hermaphrodites is no longer the politically correct term. It is now intersex. That would mean that God created intersex people, and specifically intersex people who do have both functioning reproductive organs.
Hermaphrodite is such a more fun word to say, though. I'm not gonna lie. Just not political or whatever. Hermaphrodite.
Sounds like the name of that one god.
Hephaestus?
No, Aphrodite.
Oh, that makes more sense.
How did you know Hephaestus?
They both start with H. Okay, I was thinking about my parents' conservative logic of, I said, hey, can I go to Mac's house? And my parents started using he, him pronouns.
Good, because Mac is a he, him.
So they, then.
Mac is he, him, mostly. Well, Mac is actually he, they. Mac is playing a man in the movie, though.
I need to start correctly pronouncing people. Wait a minute. I thought Mac was she, they.
Mac is he, they. Mac has been he, they. Although I don't know if Mac is publicly out as he, they, so maybe I just did a bad.
Cut the episode.
Cut the episode.
See you next week. Wait, I'm gonna be in Colorado next week, getting high. I mean,
We
playing
won't even.
jazz.
We'll be in 2 weeks, dumbass.
No, well, okay. We're not canceling the episode. We're just rescheduling.
Penis.
Key him.
That's crazy. No, the fact that you just said that is actually insane.
Okay, wait. I want to tell a joke. I want to tell a really funny joke. But
I won't cut it, but I'm willing to hear it.
okay,
So,
two black guys, right?
okay.
We got two black guys. One has $1. One has 98 cents. And they're walking up and they see a store. It's called whitewashing for 99 cents. And the two black guys are like, "Hey, well, we could be white. We could get all that power, you know?" So the guy with $1 is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go test it out, right? And if it works, I'll give you the other penny so you can go to get it." And the guy with 98 cents is like, "Bet." So the dollar guy walks in and he comes out and he's all white. He's like perfectly white. Got a suit, got a 401k, got 800 credit score. And the guy with 98 cents is like, "Whoa, you're white. Can I get that other penny?" And the white guy's like, "Get a job."
That's crazy. Nah, what? Okay, actually, I'm leaving that in on purpose now because that's actually funny. We might get
That's
canceled
great.
for it, but that is a funny.
I'm the new. I am literally the guy from Lululemon. Okay, fight me.
Jesus. I might have just found a better camera for a better deal.
Shout out AMC. These motherfuckers got
AMC
the
sponsor
best
us.
prices. I know higher ups at AMC. Please. I know the movie theater is.
I know the movie theater.
The movie theater industry is dying. Okay, this is how we get more media out. Podcasting. All right. Think about it, AMC.
I am actually planning on doing a theater release of.
You're gonna go talk to Elks and be like.
That's what I'm gonna do since they're locally owned. It's gonna be way easier than convincing AMC or anything. I'm gonna have showings at the Elks for like for a few months before I actually like release the film. Obviously, that's not set in stone, but that's what I want to do.
I feel like the cost is like double your budget.
Yeah, but also it'll be 2 years after we get done filming. I'll have a lot more money to put into it.
But do you think you're gonna make your money back then?
Not from the movie. I'm literally throwing my money into a black hole right now.
No, it's in the art. Okay.
A black hole.
I can't say that.
But yeah. It would be amazing if there was a way to earn my money back from this, but I don't know any movie distributors or anything, so it's just not happening.
I'll call Elks for you. Hey, in like 3 or 4 years' time, can you show this movie?
3 or 4 years' time.
When Trump is getting out of office again, alright, can you like...
You are totally getting us canceled. You are single-handedly ruining our lives.
That was a funny joke.
We're going to hell because of you.
I'm already going. It's fine.
But now I am for letting you speak like this.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
The devil is laughing, okay? He'll let me off easy.
That's crazy. But yeah. So you never told me how you feel. You just keep telling me all these bad things you're gonna do. How do you feel now that you're...
I did tell you, it's filling my god complex.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
I'd be fine with doing it for reals.
Because I know...
I'd be fine with...
I'm well aware Kanaloa's probably not going to do anything, so I will help you as much as I can. But if I'm off of social media completely, like, there's only so much I can do.
I guess you could like help with scheduling or whatever. You just wouldn't get in call.
Yeah. Well, I can get in call and stuff. I'm just like not like I'm not publicly like doing anything anymore because of this. And as I've said a million times, I don't want it to be this way. This is just kind of how it has to be now.
Boo.
Like, unless all of the things that I've said like can happen, yeah. It's not gonna I basically will be gone for 2 years, 2, 3, 4 years, other than the movie.
I think that's kind of where we set off. I think we've covered all our bases, all the popular news. We do talk about political stuff on this podcast.
We were supposed to, but not like jokingly. We're supposed to be serious about it.
Yeah,
but I keep talking about it. I keep talking a lot about my plans for the summer. Nick, do you have anything planned for the summer?
I have no plans. I plan on getting jobs and playing around with that. That's my plan.
Oh, okay. And also being in the movie a little bit. Spoiler alert. Not much.
I'm releasing my first hit single in the movie.
No, the movie actually doesn't have much music other than backing tracks.
I got you.
Like in the backing track.
Let me hop in FL Studio.
No, I'm probably gonna make most of the backing tracks. They might have some vocals. Like the opening song will probably have vocals to it.
You know who does good vocals? Kanye West.
Teenage Prodigy.
No. Have you listened to Carnival by Kanye West?
No.
You know,
I'm not gonna.
You haven't heard it on TikTok. Go. You're lying.
We're on completely different sides of TikTok, dog.
Have you listened to Beyonce's Ain't No Texas?
I don't think so.
Have you heard that song?
I don't think
God,
so.
you escaped the purge.
Yeah.
You want you, I need you right now.
So if the podcast does end, where do you see yourself, like, publicly? Do you see yourself growing?
In this chair.
But publicly speaking, do you see, so, like, if the podcast were to end, do you see yourself, like, publicly growing or publicly shrinking? So, like, becoming a bigger name or a smaller name?
Probably bigger. It'll probably give me more motivation to do more public stuff, like create actual TikToks and start making music.
I'm taking that personally, but okay.
What?
No, I'm kidding. The joke is that you're like, yeah, as soon as this podcast ends, I'm just gonna go do all these cool things.
No. When I start taking over the podcast, when I have that responsibility, it'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, of course. And as I said many times, I don't want to have to do this. Like, this literally was code red. This is, like, always been code red. If everything goes wrong, then I cut it all off.
Chat, I don't think he wants to do this.
You're funny. You're a funny guy. You make me laugh. I hope you die.
You make my heart full. Oh, shotgun shrapnel. I
Yeah.
think it's been hour 15. I think that's
roughly.
it.
I think we're about done. So now we're at the part of the podcast that is directly written in as wrapping up. We've wrapped.
I'm gonna start rapping.
Wrapping up, like ending things, not wrapping up.
Ending things like Endgame, Avengers. Are we collabing with Tony Stark?
No. Like. Okay, so it's written in as this is the end of the podcast where the conversation is naturally ended. So yeah, everything's over. We're done talking about what we're done talking about. But we have a few minutes before we have to end it. So Nicholas, is there anything you would like to shout out? Any links? Any, public, like your own personal social media you'd like to promote?
Shout out.
Not Monster.
Shout out. I got you.
You're shouting.
Shout out AMC.
Okay, you're shouting yourself out right now.
Fine.
Is there anything you have you'd
Shout
like
out
to?
Lois Septic.
Oh my god. Do you have anything personal you would like to shout out?
Yeah, my personal boyfriend, Fortnite.
Okay, do you have any personal social media accounts that you would like to make well known?
No.
Okay.
Other than my Fortnite Jonesy, bro.
I'm so glad I'm done talking to you. No. Yeah, as always, Sako Gaming, Teenage Prodigy, one of those two on all social medias. I am too lazy. I don't have enough going on for me anymore to care to differentiate at this point. Go find me if you want to.
No, go fund me. Go fund me. Not go find me.
Yeah,
go fund me.
also go fund me. Let me grab the link real quick. https spotfund.com/ help me make a movie.
I got you. I'll be working.
Did it come up?
Shout out. I did not put that into my search bar now.
Oh, okay. Let me double check that link is right real quick.
It tastes like ass. I wonder why it's been on my desk for 2 days.
All right. Does it work?
I'm in the land.
Does it work? I just put it
Does it
in.
work? Is it working?
Yep, it works. It takes you to the right place. So that's it. Other than
Okay.
that,
Buy Spotify, buy YouTube, buy
Yeah.
Apple Music, buy all streaming services.
buy all of
buy
our
TikTok.
podcast streaming services.
Buy Podcast Forever, apparently.
No,
Because, as we all know, he does not want to do this.
Shut up. See you guys in roughly 2 weeks.
Ish. All right,
Yeah.
bye-bye. Mwah.
That's it. Oh.